Hey guys, Sean from Less Lethal for Dummies. Today I received an envelope from John Wixon. It's something that I cannot believe nobody jumped on board a long time ago. And that is printed Detents specifically for the M17. So he printed me up some to try out and see if I can, or if it will alleviate the ball bump that a lot of us experience with our M17. Now, if you're in the Milsig Less Lethal group or Vulcan Less Lethal group, there's a couple of fellows that actually have been cutting their own detents using a neoprene, rubber washer. And it looks the part, and according to him, it actually plays the part. Now, cutting your own or making your own is awesome. I'm definitely all for it. I'm kind of the mentality, I like to have something that is, I don't know, I don't want to say commercially available because these are printed by one single fellow right now. But I like the repeatability of these. Now, again, don't get me wrong, I know the other fellow had mentioned that, well, make it once and it's lasted, I don't know how long he had actually said, but he said it lasted a long time and it doesn't look like it's even changed or deformed or worn in any manner. Hey, so be it. Keep at it. And you know what? Ingenuity like that is what keeps us going in Less Lethal, because there's a lot of things that are made for paintball and they just don't work well with solid projectiles. And at the high velocities, obviously, we're shooting these things at. So, first things first, we will do the detent. He also sent along this ring here. Oh, crud. I didn't bring, he sent two along, a black one and a red one. And I think John probably recalls the red one's the one that caught my eye first. But he did send some black ones, and he probably has some other colors available too. That goes on your Vulcan Ultra on-off. And we'll install that. And the one other thing I'm gonna do is this. Well, here, let's take these guys out of here. Let's just dump them out on the table here. While I'm at it, because I'm got everything going here. So there is the printed TPU detent, replacement detent, specifically for the M17. So no shimming, no nothing required. Should plop right in there if I know John. He's already tested these and he wouldn't send them to me if they didn't work. The other thing is this little ring. So the last time I used my Vulcan Ultra, I was having an issue where it was slow bleeding. So when this thing was brand new, okay, let's put that aside for a second. Let's get to the detent replacement, and then I'll go through the little story with the other one there. So I'll just put my mag out here. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I'm still running my Project Salvo handguard, but because I wanted to try some shape projectiles in my other M17, that is a Grimberg 9-inch in there. Hey, it is damn near perfect, actually. Sans this knob I still haven't cut off because I wasn't sure if I was going to try and make a tripod mount or something, but we'll see how this bad boy performs anyways. But again, I'm getting distracted. Ugh, okay. So you can see there, that is a Tittman TIPX or 98 detent that has been shimmed, and you can see it protrudes quite a bit. And they were working good up until, I don't know, in the last maybe month or so. I put a new one in, and then I'd get a couple of balls, and then no balls, so drops. So kind of been pissing me off. So let's replace it. Finding my Allen keys, and I left them over there. Detent replacement in an M17 is probably the damn near simplest thing that you will have to do ever. And you gotta have the right, oh yeah, I do. Yeah, 2.5 mil Allen key. You just undo your door, pop your screw out, pull your door off, and there you can see. So I've got the little shim, which is a first strike detent that I cut, as shown in previous videos, kind of stacked on top of a Tittman detent. And you can see how it actually creates that extra hook in there. And it's because it's causing a little bit of a concave on this, which is less than ideal, but it was working. So we'll just, usually you can just finger it, boop, push right out. And we'll do a side by side here. So this is the Tittman detent. I guess it helped that I put them the right way. There we go. And that is the black is the M17 specific. So you can see the profile is quite significantly different. Oh boy. Again, it'd help if I had it the right way. I'll overlay them here. So you can see that kind of winged arm there, whatever you want to call it. It is longer. This detent, this printed TPU material is quite stiff, but yet still flexible. So that it doesn't snap off. It returns back to its regular shape. So of course, plop it in there and make sure you do so the hook is cradling your balls coming up the mag well. Har, har, har. Not the other way around. So should just plop right in there, and it sure did. Push right in. And harder to see because it's black. Let me just grab a light here quick. I have a working light. It is a lot tougher to see, but you can see it right there on this edge. And it looks perfect, in my opinion. So, installations are reversed. Put your door back on. Put your screw back in. Come on. There we go. Tighten it back down. Good, done. Simple. Well, we will see how it fires in a few minutes here. So we're gonna get to the Vulcan Ultra. So the problem I was having recently was, so when I'd open this back up, it wasn't bleeding off the residual air properly. It was really slow. It would hiss, it would stop, it would slow hiss for a long time. It had become very inconsistent. And up until, yeah, like a month or so ago, it was working beautifully. I purchased this from Charles at Mercy Less Lethal, and when you do that from him, he sends along this little shim. Of course, that I can't get out now. There we go. So he sends along this little black shim. The purpose of this is you put it inside your ASA like this, and it allows this on-off to actually, it creates a bit of a gap in here, so this nut here can actually open enough to bleed off. I mean, the only assumption I could come to was that possibly this became slightly compressed. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know. I know zilch about 3D printing, really, guys. So John just went ahead and printed me a new one that was slightly thicker. Is it gonna work? I have no idea. So I will toss that red one in there. Just goes in just like that. And the other thing that, because of my carpal tunnel syndrome, these types of on-offs are really hard on my wrists. I mean, I can function them, but it takes some concentration to kind of do it in a manner that I'm not contorting my wrist awkwardly. Solution! John is full of them. And I will link his website. I don't know what's on there, if any of this stuff is on there yet, but you could definitely send him an email and he'll respond. So this actuating nut here, he printed this collar, and it literally just, you can see this got these kind of splines on it here, and then this collar also has splines on it, so they just interlock. Like that. So I'm just gonna push it all the way on. Just gotta kind of move it down evenly. For now, I'm just gonna run it flush, kind of flush with this back nut. And you can see what that creates is a nice grabby grab. So it's not so awkward for little sissies like me to grab this little on off. So pretty simple, right? Make sure my spacer's still in there. All is well. So you can see how it functions now. Pretty nifty. So let's see how this detent works. I will load up some round ball. We're just gonna cycle this ASA on and off, on and off, on and off, see if we can get any balls to spit out, and test this slightly thicker shim to see if that solves my back bleed problem. All right, give me a sec. Okay, here I am in all my glory. We'll thread a tank in first. What's in this thing anyway? Sorry, 2,500 PSI. I just realized my buttstock may be out of place now because shim may have moved actual placement of the tank, but we'll see. Might not be that bad. Yeah, it's a little bit off, guys, but that's just a minor nuance because I just have to adjust my buttstock, but we're gonna roll with it like that for now. So bottles in, magazine. Can of Rye balls, this is a double spring magazine. Well, nothing come out dry, which that's always a good sign. Now, let's see when we air it. Hopefully you guys can see this. No ball. Good, good, good. Now let's see, will that shim work? I'm hoping it does because I really like the Ultras. I really do like the Ultras. And now, I mean even more so with this doohickey. I don't know what he calls it. Ultra wheel? Let's see if it degasses properly. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Am I? Yeah. I still got a slight hiss. Definitely degassed a lot better. And this is definitely, I mean, there's a lot of slack in this now. So it is fully open. There's no, it's not touching this internal pin at all. Let's try it again. Oh, and it didn't, you know, you didn't hear that click? That's because it didn't completely degas. So it's still hissing ever so slightly. Let's see if it'll fire one. That'll be the tell if there's anything left in the... Yeah. Ha, that's too bad. I've taken this Ultra apart. I cleaned it. I oiled it. All the O-rings look good. I didn't find anything wrong with it. I can actually hear still. You guys can hear that. Let's see, will it fire another round? No. Air is 100% coming from the marker side. Well, that's too bad. I was really hoping that shim would work. So it's clearly I'm having some sort of other issue. And you can see, like I said, this is completely slack, this valve or this collar. So it really should just be popping that pin and blowing its load. Well, in any case, I lost about 250 PSI doing that. So let's, I don't know, let's just shoot some rounds off. In the Grimberg barrel, 9-inch can of rye balls, 9.9 gram. And the tank output, I believe, is 850 PSI. The issue you have when you got a lot of tanks is they all start to look alike. And I know some people put tape on them and write on, which is a great idea. It's just not my thing. I'm usually pretty good at remembering. This one's gonna be hard to chrono because it's just sneaking in the end there, but. 302. 296. 296. 294. You get the point. But what I should have done was actually chronograph, because I haven't tried this barrel yet in this particular setup with this tank and this on off. I didn't chrono with the, it's not like me, I didn't chrono with the Tippmann detent in there. So I'll probably have to do that, but the good news is it didn't spit any balls. Let's try one more thing here while I'm out here. So you can see it lets go. It lets go of that initial surge, and then it's really slow to bleed the marker down. I'm not sure why. But we'll get to the bottom of that, guys, and I'll definitely be reporting back to you all what I wanted to do here. Actually load some HP 68s in. Just see what they'll do with that barrel, that pressure. So we already know now the Canada riot balls, they're heavy buggers, 9.9 gram. But they did in the Grimberg barrel, 294, 296. Yeah. Now, HP 68, which are 7.8 gramish. I don't suspect it'll spit a shaped round, even with a crappy detent. It might, but let's see what it does. Still wasn't completely empty. The tank, it hissed, but no bolt click, which tells me there's still a little residual air there. And you can tell how much it bugs me because I keep repeating myself. But let's see how the HP 68 fly. Grimberg barrel, Grimberg rounds. 340. Remember, they're lighter, guys. I don't know off the top of my head what that would be. $342. $32. Sorry, I'm just kind of fumbling to get my chrono on the end here. 342. I think I got one more in there. 334. It cycled all those shaped without a hiccup. Without a hiccup. You can't see it, but damn thing looks brand new in there still. I mean, that's not really a test. I mean, I put, I don't know, what did I do? 10, 12 rounds through, but it didn't blow apart. So that's a good thing. Cycled the shape rounds, and definitely will continue testing these. But I'm gonna be honest, guys, if you've purchased anything from John, he's already tested these. He wouldn't send them out if they didn't work. And that's a start. Didn't spit any balls, cycled the rounds. I mean, what more could he ask for? Again, don't know why anyone didn't do that before. So many M17s out there, but just not that much love, I guess. Some of the parts did roll in for my other build. Not exactly as planned. One piece, I didn't kind of calculate that drop appropriately. So, well, that project might be delayed a little, but it's coming. I know the spring is coming too. And that's why I'm back on this marker, just because I'm got to run it through its own paces too. This is still running the silicone bumper from Home Defense 24 and my bolt springs in this one. So I have two markers running the same combination. The other one sort of being my test mule that has the silver regulator on the back, that M17. That is my OG. The only not original on it is that regulator, because yeah, I couldn't send the other one out without it. So stay tuned, more to come. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your mom. All right, guys.